Hi, and welcome to my studio. I wanted to talk to you today because it's August, and every year in my business in August I start planning towards Christmas. For me, that's just normal, and I didn't realize that my planning is unusual apparently. So I want to talk to you today about planning in your business. So if you are enjoying the business tips and content that I'm creating, if you could like and subscribe, that would be great. So we're talking Christmas, and I know it's August, but I want to talk to you about Christmas and planning for Christmas. So every year at Christmas time, I paint a range of baubles. Let me just show you. So this one, something like that. So these are glass baubles, so they're a premium product, hand painted inside and out. So I colour the inside, they arrive to me as a clear bauble, and then I paint them and I do the inside and then I paint them. And for me, there's another one. These are great for my business. It sets me up at the beginning of the year, at the end of the year, but it sets me up financially for the start of the year ahead. This is a big seller for me. I have a plan. Every year I plan. I know how many I sold last year, and that I plan to sell more every year. I need to increase my sales. The same, a couple of years I've done similar numbers, but mostly I have got better numbers with sales every year. So that's my plan. So how do I go? Why do I start in August? Firstly, get the stock. So the stock I buy from China, and I have a bulk delivery that comes straight to me from China. That way I can get value for money with the baubles. I have a really good supplier now who looks after me. Every year we do the same order or similar, and it's working great. So yes, I have to order in the stock, and yes, it does take time to come from China. So therefore I have to start early and be prepared. I also like to have the bulk of them painted early enough so that I can then go ahead and get them loaded onto the website and the different platforms where I sell them. So that takes time, and it does take time. But for me, it's viable, and I make enough money out of the cost price, and it does quite well for me. That's the big part for me. So in August, we start planning. So I need to know the quantities that I need to have and the estimated arrival time, because they take a long time to come from China. They come by sea mostly because they are glass. So, and I need 2 shipments. I have a shipment of glass and I have a shipment of plastic, because I do the plastic baubles as well, and they're personalised with people's names and whatever message they want to put on those. So I have 2 aspects to the bauble business. So I have to be organised and have supplies and be ready to paint as soon as they do turn up. So it takes time. And I don't like to be stressed as well. So I know that I need to be organised and on top of it. Then I also need to plan out my advertising so that I know how much I'm going to spend on advertising and for how many weeks or how many months prior. So it's usually a good 6 or 8 weeks of advertising prior to. With that said, we also need to keep into consideration that we ship internationally. So there's an extra 3 weeks that we need to keep on top of the delivery times. So really I won't ship internationally. We probably cut off shipping very early in December for it to arrive. So we need to keep that in mind as well. Now the other thing with doing this early and being prepared is your listings, particularly the Etsy listings, which is one of the platforms that I sell on. The Etsy listing needs to be up early and gaining traction through the SEO of the Etsy platform. So it's a bit like it has to marinate a little bit before it starts getting some traction. So Etsy, you need to either keep the listings up for the whole year or put them up early and expect to pay for 6 months. You know, you pay for 3 months for a listing. So I have all my listings up and they're usually up for 6 months because you do get a bit of flow on after Christmas as well. So that's another thing to consider. So we've got, you need to get your stock. You need to have your supplies of all the other things like ribbon and paint and boxes. You need to look into your packaging and how you're going to ship them. Are you going to ship internationally? And how do you package that well enough as well? Shipping costs. You need to know your shipping costs so that when you do start listing them, particularly onto Etsy, you're ready to go. You know what it's going to cost you to ship and you know your Etsy fees, and then you can price them accordingly. So packaging as well as in your supplies. So I sell them boxed, wrapped in bubble wrap, wrapped in cardboard as well. So that needs to be in stock, ready to go as well. So it's all about being organised and keeping on top of things so that things run smoothly as well. And I don't want to be stressed getting closer to Christmas. That's the last thing I want as well. I plan to last year I found I was running backwards and forwards to the post office too much. Like every day I would go to the post office. I found that too stressful. So this year I'll probably cut it back to maybe delivering to the post office Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and have those as set days. That's not set in stone, but that's my plan as well. Every year I learn, and every year I know what I want to change, how I'm going to change it, and every year I work out what designs sell a little better than others, so I know what to paint and be prepared for next year. And I take notes on all of that because I'm not going to remember. So I do a full run sheet of what sold, which platform it sold on, and where it went to. Whether it was somewhere in the overseas or with it locally, or was it interstate. So it's just a matter of keeping a spreadsheet or even just a piece of paper in the front of your diary, so that when you get a sale, you make a note of where and when it went to, and when as well, and on which platform, so you know where to concentrate your sales and your efforts for next year. If you find that you don't make enough sales through Etsy, then maybe Etsy for your product isn't going to work, and you might need to look at more selling locally, whether it's Facebook Marketplace, craft markets, whatever. So there's a few tips for you, a lot to think about, but I can't stress highly enough the importance of being organised, and August is not too early to start planning your Christmas things that you're going to sell. I will get the baubles sorted, and then I'd have the stock here already for greeting cards, and I'll just start painting greeting cards after that as well. And then it's just a matter of topping up the stock when and if I need it. So I hope that helps. If you'd like more tips and things, there's my Facebook page. I also do coaching, business coaching, so happy to work with you one-on-one. If you like what we're doing here, please like and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time. See ya.